Jays on Sportsnet. Presented by the all-new Civic, the 2016 North American Car of the Year.
Jose Bautista is back, leading off and starting in right field for the Toronto Blue Jays. Great to see Jose back. Here is a lineup for Andy Greer in his Green, I should say, in his first year as the manager of the San Diego Padres. Last season, Andy Green was a third base coach for the Arizona Diamondbacks. And here is a lineup in game one of a 3-game set. Matt Kemp bats third, 9-game hit streak. He's hitting .316 during that stretch, 6 home runs and 9 RBIs. Yangervis Solarte, he was acquired in the Chase Headley deal. You see what he can do in interleague play. Of course, certainly familiar with the American League, hitting .425, 17 for 40. They will face Aaron Sanchez.
And the big right-hander. 20th start of the season for Aaron Sanchez. 10-1 record. That is the second highest winning percentage in baseball, trailing only Steven Strasburg. Has held opponents to 2 earned runs or less in 14 of his 19 starts this year. This is his first career appearance versus San Diego. Last time out, he was dealing out of Arizona. 7 innings, just 1 earned run. It only took him 98 pitches to finish those 7 innings against the Diamondbacks. He only gave up 6 hits and had 5 strikeouts. He has been sensational for the Blue Jays this season.
Travis Jankowski in the batter's box. This is a Padres team that owns a record of 43-56, but they just took 2 of 3 from the Washington Nationals over the weekend.
And you know what they're doing? They're hitting home runs.
22 straight games that they have hit a home run in. Club record. Mark McGwire, the bench coach for the San Diego Padres. And a conversation with Matt Kemp there as that pitch misses.
And probably hear Russell Martin trying to get that one for his pitcher. You can see whenever he points out to that pitcher, he's saying, hey, good pitch, stay right there.
A steamy 30 degrees here on a Monday night. 1 down, Devin Travis over to first baseman Justin Smoke. The defense behind Aaron Sanchez, Saunders in left, Pilar in center field, and Jose Bautista back into right field. Donaldson and Tulowitzki on the left side, and Travis and Smoke on the right. And Russell Martin, after missing the series against Seattle, is back behind the plate.
Boy, does this ever look good right here. Jose Bautista in his familiar position in right field. Last started June the 16th at Philadelphia.
Broken bat. The All-Star, Will Myers. Sanchez, the All-Star, tracks it down, and he throws Myers out. Athletic play by the big right-hander.
But you know what he did right there? He didn't panic. He didn't try to rush his throw right there. Just took his time. Said, I know who's running. Will Myers can run, but I'm on this ball. Watch him just take his time, set, and just fire a strike over to first base to get the second out. In years past, we might have seen Aaron hurry that throw, or maybe throw it away. That time he just calmed down and made the play.
2 outs here in the top of the first inning. It's the San Diego Padres' first ever trip to Toronto. Here is Matt Kemp. This was the last interleague scenario to be played out. Sanchez facing Kemp here. The right fielder hitting .260, 22 home runs and 67 RBIs.
He's got great movement on his fastball early on. I think a couple of those fastballs have fooled the home plate umpire, Lance Barrett. You can see that outside corner looked like it was carved up by Aaron.
Ahead in the count here, as Kemp was fanning at the breaking ball. Sanchez looks in, and the young right-hander with a 1-2, and that fastball misses away.
Overthrew that one, trying to aim that ball on the inside part of the plate and let it instead of just letting it go to the corner. Overthrew that one and yanked it out of the strike zone.
And once again away. First career outing against San Diego. These two teams have met before, and the 3 series having been played in San Diego. The 3-2, and he loses them, and it's a 2-out walk. Yangervis Solarte is a cleanup hitter, hitting .294, 10 homers and 40 RBIs, and Kemp, the veteran hitter, works a walk.
Yeah, after that curveball that he swung at meekly, they never went back to it. Try to paint that outside corner again with the fastball, missed 3 straight times, so a 2-out walk to the Padres.
Solarte, the third baseman. And there it is. Burns in there for a strike at 96.
And it's free and easy. And when you've got a pitcher who's free and easy like that, the ball explodes out of his hand. As a hitter, that ball jumps at you.
Got to get it going a little bit earlier. Chopped down the right side. Devin Travis double pumps and then fires to first base. It was close. Solarte, though, is out. And they're going to take a look at it in the Padres dugout. Andy Green.
I don't know. Did he say he wanted to take a look at that one? You can see the ball rolled up his hand just a little bit. And I'll tell you what, they are going to look at this one more time as Justin Smoak. Look at him stretch for that ball.
He's safe.
Yes, he is. You know, the ball just momentarily bobbled by Devin Travis. And Solarte, who was running hard on that play. You see where he stepped on the bag? The front part of that bag, and I think he's going to be rewarded.
This replay review is powered by Samsung. And it was a quick review. Safe is the call. Just that double pump.
Just a little bit. And look where he lands on that bag, right at the front edge of that bag. Clearly ahead of the throw.
And an infield base hit. Runners at first and second. Alex Dickerson is the hitter, the left fielder. Sanchez got Jankowski and Myers easily. Was ahead in the count to Kemp. Lost him, and then Solarte, an infield single, and the Padres in their first ever visit to the Rogers Center in business here with 2 outs. Dickerson awaits, and he fans at it.
Wow.
It's got unbelievable movement, doesn't it?
And that's natural. That's something that you really can't teach. You either have it or you don't have it, and that all comes with wrist strength, finger strength, the way you spin it off your fingers. Got to have a quick at bat here. It looked like it was going to be a quick inning for Aaron, under 10 pitches, but now he sits at 16 after the walk-in infield hit.
He's got unbelievable power and then movement. Look at that one. Diving down low and away at 90 miles an hour. His first strikeout. And when we return, Jose Bautista will lead things off. lineup here on this Monday. Jose Bautista is back in the leadoff spot. Josh Donaldson in interleague action hitting .439. Troy Tulowitzki against the San Diego Padres. Of course, all those years with the Colorado Rockies, 18 home runs, 78 RBIs in 117 games. The right-hander Colin Ray making his first start against the Toronto Blue Jays. And here is Jose Bautista.
Leading off for the Blue Jays.
Boy, that is so good to see. Jose in his familiar leadoff position. John Gibbons, like we told you in the opening, said, you know what, we started winning when Jose was in our leadoff position. I'm going to put him right back there.
Last time he played here at the Rogers Center was June 9th. That was against Baltimore. He was 2 for 2 with 2 runs scored, a double, and an RBI, along with 2 walks. So Colin Ray, the right-hander, deals, and the first pitch is a fastball strike to Jose Bautista. Bautista spent the weekend in Buffalo, was 1 for 11 there. 3 games with Buffalo, 1 game in Dunedin.
He was saying something very interesting to Barry Davis when he was interviewing him before the ball game about, hey, the minor leagues, there's no scouting reports. He says, I can't wait to get back up to the major leagues. You've got scouting reports, you've got video. He knows what he's going to expect from the pitcher.
And most pitchers are around the plate too, where sometimes, especially down in the Florida State League,
it's harder to hit. It's harder to hit. Not only do you not have any information, but the pitchers, for the most part, have no idea where the ball's going down there.
2 balls and a strike. And now a hitter's count for Jose Bautista. And talking to him around the batting cage prior to tonight's game, said he started swinging the baseball bat about 3 weeks ago. And John Gibbons mentioned timing. And as you know, it can be difficult to get. And it doesn't happen immediately. This one lifted high in the air and nearly a collision with Solarte, the third baseman, coming down, with Norris, the catcher, moving out.
San Diego has the second worst fielding percentage in the National League at .981, and Solarte's got to understand that the catcher was right underneath that one. Now, normally the third baseman will take it, but if your catcher is right there, he throws away his mask, he's ready to catch it, and you are still running, go ahead and just let that catcher take it. Pop-up priority, excuse me, Matt, is the third baseman over the catcher, but if he's standing underneath it, just let it go.
There appeared to be no communication whatsoever there. You didn't see anybody wave anybody away. You didn't see anyone saying, I got it. And that's what led to that. Unfortunately, Bautista, though, is out. And here is Josh Donaldson, DH yesterday, hitting .302, 24 home runs, and 70 RBIs. The right-hander to the plate, and this one driven right to the left side, and the shortstop, and Ramirez. The defense here on this Monday night for the Padres: Dickerson, Jankowski in center, and Matt Kemp in the right field. Left side of the infield, Solarte, Ramirez. Schimpf is at second base, former Toronto Blue Jays farmhand, and over at first base, Myers, the all-star, Ray, and Norris, the battery.
And they have some all-stars defensively. There's their best player right there, Matt Kemp. He's a 2-time National League All-Star. He's also won a pair of Rawlings Gold Gloves in center field when he was with the Dodgers. He also had a couple of Silver Slugger awards. Since 2008, he's got 78 outfield assists.
Edwin Encarnacion looks at a strike. Edwin hit his 27th home run yesterday, a solo blast in the 4th inning with 2 outs. He is now 3rd all-time on the home run list for the Toronto Blue Jays. with 224, surpassing Vernon Wells, and strike 2 is called.
Blue Jays getting there a feel for what Colin Ray will feature. Former 12th round draft pick out of Indiana State by the Padres back in 2011.
Started his collegiate career at the University of Northern Iowa. They cut the program there because of lack of funding, and then went to junior college on to Indiana State. The right-hander from the small town of Cascade, Iowa, all of 2,000 plus. Fouled off, and the count 2-2 with 2 away here in the bottom of inning number 1. An important series for the Blue Jays, with the Baltimore coming this weekend to town and then traveling to Houston.
Yeah, and then you got the world champs, the Kansas City Royals, right after them. Your sight should be set on this ball game right here.
Got to handle your business here in the count 3-2 after salvaging a 3-game set against Seattle. They're 4-4 since the All-Star break as Saunders awaits.
Can't afford to look ahead.
Yeah.
You can't afford to look ahead to the weekend against Baltimore. You got to take care of business in this series.
Shift is on, the 3-2, and it is pounded foul. Great weekend series in attendance for the Blue Jays yesterday. Of course, Kevin Pillar bobblehead day. And a great crowd on hand here tonight. Here's the 3-2 with 2 outs. And Edwin stays alive off to the right side. Watch out over there. No Melvin Upton Jr. playing tonight. Second consecutive game that he is not playing for the Padres, and speculation that he is going to get traded here with a week left before the trade deadline.
August the 1st.
Breaking ball, got him, and a 1-2-3 for the Blue Jays here in the bottom of the 1st. Aaron Sanchez back to work for the top of the 2nd.
Center, where Jose Bautista is making his return tonight. He told me before the game that his toe is not 100%. He doesn't know when it will be, but he says he's not concerned. He's not taking any precautions. He feels it was a freak accident and is just going to play the way he wants to play, even though John Gibbons has said he would like to see him DHing at times. He also had a very interesting take on the upcoming trade deadline. Pat, as you mentioned, it happens on Monday. Previous years, Jose was very adamant, very outspoken about needing to upgrade this team. Well, he told me today, he says, if we make some upgrades, that's fine. We'll welcome them in. But I like this team as it is. I think it's good enough as it stands right now to compete and win a World Series. Boy, how things have changed over the last few years, guys.
Well, you go 1 through 9 in that lineup. And there's certainly one that pitchers look at it and you go, whew, how do you get through that?
I got that feeling today around the ball club downstairs that you finally have their quote A team, their A lineup out there this year.
Of course, the decision to come is going to involve Aaron Sanchez, and there's been so much conversation, speculation about that as that one is ripped foul. off of the bat of Ryan Schimpf, who is formerly of the Toronto Blue Jays, went to LSU down in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Yeah, if that name sounds familiar, he was a 5th-round draft pick by the Blue Jays in 2009. Didn't do a whole lot in the system, but he's gotten a chance in San Diego, and he's taken advantage of it.
This one lifted in the air, and traveling back is Bautista's got a beat on it, and there's one away. Since getting called up, Schimpf has hit 9 home runs all here in the month of July, so getting him out has been a tough thing to do.
We told you that they've been hitting some home runs. They've also been scoring a lot of runs since the beginning of June. Blue Jays, Orioles, Twins, and then the Padres. Most runs scored in Major League Baseball.
Alexi Ramirez is the hitter, hitting .247, 3 homers and 35 RBIs. Top of the second, and fouled off to the right side. Padres have already been active as they dealt Drew Pomerantz. That was while the Blue Jays were out on the West Coast in Oakland. They dealt him to the Boston Red Sox.
And got an outstanding prospect from the Boston Red Sox. Anderson Espinoza, just 18 years old. You're going to hear about him in about 3 years.
Pomerantz was 8-7 with a 2.47 ERA, and that fastball called third strike, and quickly 2 outs. Just a tremendous amount of movement.
Told you it's exploding again. There's the 2-seamer. Watch the movement. Ramirez thinks it's down. Russell Martin does a great job of framing that up. John Gibbons was talking about Russell and what he meant or means to this team before tonight's ball game. The way he calls games, the way he receives pitches. Said something really interesting about some of the young pitchers on this roster. He says he forces all the young guys to use all of their pitches. So he knows the value of using all of them and put them in the game.
Brad Wallace is the batter. Remember talking to Russell out of the West Coast about Aaron Sanchez, and he said, look, he's got dynamic stuff, and so you work to his strengths, and if the batters have an opportunity to try to take advantage of it, if they can do something with it, good luck to you. Look at that breaking ball in there for a strike. But he said his stuff has been so good. Just keep working to his strength.
Well, and he could get by with just the fastball if he had to. But he knows to be a complete pitcher, he's got to get his curveball over. He's got to get his changeup over.
1-2-3 inning. Schimpf flew out to right field. Ramirez went down looking, and Brett Wallace, the DH, goes down swinging. He has struck out 3 of the last 4 Padres.
This summer, Blue Jays Baseball Academy will be hosting 14 Honda Super Camps across the country. You can learn techniques from former Toronto Blue Jays such as Roberto Alomar, Devon White, Lloyd Mosby, Jesse Barfield, and Dwayne Ward. Register now at bluejays.com/camps tab. Yeah, I imagine that's something that you would love to do if you weren't here in the broadcast booth every day.
I've done a few of those, and they're a lot of fun right here in Toronto. The ones that they had here, they're a lot of fun, and the guys love it. They really get fired up to do those camps.
Michael Saunders, the left fielder, will begin things. Then Troy Tulowitzki and Russell Martin here in the bottom of the second inning. Saunders, 3 home runs over the weekend, all to left field.
And they're pitching him away. Interestingly, though, they are in that shift. That is the shortstop now moving back to his normal position. Alexi Ramirez. He was the lone fielder on the left side of the diamond. Michael could still drop one down here if he wants to.
Hitting 300 here at the Rogers Center. Count of 2 balls and 1 strike. The right-hander Ray, 26 years of age, 6'5", 225. And a swing and a miss. 5-4 with a 5.01 ERA over his last 11 starts. His ERA 5.74. That dates back to May 11th.
And he's got something in common with Aaron Sanchez that we'll talk about here after this pitch. Remember, we talked about Aaron Sanchez adding 25 pounds of muscle in the offseason. Colin Ray did the same thing, added 20 pounds of muscle this past offseason. Says, I've got added velocity and stamina. I feel stronger, feel like I'm using less stress on my arms, using my legs just a little bit more. Aaron Sanchez did the same thing, and look what he's doing.
Yeah.
This is the team leading 18th start of the season for Ray, so it's working out for him.
Last season he started in Double-A as Saunders will walk. Made his way to Triple-A El Paso and then had 6 starts in San Diego.
So let's take a look at the starter who just turned 26 on July the 1st. Fastball 60% of the time, and it's a low 90s fastball. He also has the ability to cut the ball and sink the ball and use the curveball 18% of the time last year. He'll also mix in a changeup or a splitter. Everything's around the plate. Very rarely walks people. He's around the plate, but not a lot of movement to his fastball.
Here's Tulowitzki, a hot smash stopped by Solarte. He'll get up and fire to first base. And Saunders is safe at second base, 1 away here in the bottom of the second.
Home Hardware and Building Center locations. Proud partners of the Toronto Blue Jays. Homeowners helping homeowners with expert advice.
Tulo hits this ball on the nose, but Solarte, the third baseman, knocks it down right off the end of his glove, and it just doesn't go too far away from him. He shows off a great arm over at first base, just ahead of the play. Tulowitzki was wondering if he pulled his foot off the base on that stretch.
Russell Martin had the weekend off after twisting his left knee. He has a protective sleeve on the left knee. And in talking to him, he said he's fine. He said, I'm 100% of what I got.
And this time of the year?
Yeah.
That's all you can ask for.
Absolutely.
These guys, catchers, I mean, this time of the year, they can get really worn down.
Good to see him back in the lineup.
See the grimace? Never like to see that. It's his left knee, and that's the one that you step out there to start your swing. In batting practice today, he was very controlled, hitting a lot of balls back through the middle or the other way. Didn't try to pump a ball out of here like that last swing.
John Gibbons did say that more than likely the day game on a Wednesday, that he'll rest Martin with the off day on Thursday.
That's smart. He says we have to be smart with this. Day game after a night game, why not? Then you've got 2 days off.
At second base, Saunders. He has a lead. Ray looks back to second. And the pitch is low. Ray leads the team among current Padre pitchers in wins with 5. Innings pitched 93 1/3, and strikeouts with 72. He's earned a win in 5 of his last 8 decisions. That goes back to the middle of April, and that pitch just misses off the outside edge, and the count runs full.
And the team is 10-7 in the 17 starts this year. You mentioned current pitchers because they traded 2 pretty good ones away. James Shields and Drew Pomeranz.
Kevin Pillar awaits here in the home half of the second. And Martin stays alive with a full count. Center fielder Jankowski plays him toward the gap at right center field. Saunders takes a walking lead from second. Blue Jays won yesterday 2-0 over Seattle. Here's a 3-2 and 2 walks here in the bottom of the second inning, and Kevin Pillar is the batter. Andy Green, a 38-year-old manager, made it to AAA as a player in Buffalo, in fact.
And he's thinking right now, Matt, he's saying, you know what, I can throw up my best defense out there, but I can't defend a walk. A couple of walks here in the second inning. See if the Blue Jays can take advantage of that wildness.
Great day yesterday for the Pillar family. The bobblehead, and the pitch misses away. Runners at first and second. Said it was the first time for his father Mike, as well as his older brother Michael, to throw out a first pitch. Runners at first and second, and there's a strike. He said the only thing close, he said, he goes, years ago when I was at Cal State Dominguez Hills, I was chosen to shoot a half-court shot at a Laker game, and he said I let Michael go shoot it, his older brother. And fouled back. But yesterday they got the bobbleheads. Michael had to go back to California, but his parents are still here.
Did he make the shot?
I don't think so. It didn't seem like the.
He would have mentioned it.
Yes, yeah.
He didn't mention it?
Yeah.
That's all I care about. Did he make it or not?
But a cool day for the Pillar family. Diving stop. And out at first base.
Ship, the former Blue Jay, getting his first shot at the major leagues, had a shot at second base to get Russell Martin. You got to remember who the runner is. He's also got a bad knee. Good play right here to keep it on the infield, knocks it down. You can see Russell laboring to get to second base, but he chooses to go over to first base. Hope the Blue Jays can knock in a run here.
Justin Smoak, the batter, hitting .239, 11 home runs and 26 RBIs. Smoak hit a solo home run, or a 2-run home run, back in the 8th inning of Saturday night's game. That 14-5 loss, that was in the afternoon when Smoak hit that 2-run home run from the right side. His 7th home run overall. Runners at second and third. Gets underneath this one, a towering shallow fly ball. And the left fielder Dickerson handles it, and that's going to do it. Blue Jays strand 2. We go to the third. Win streaks in 2016. Steven Strasburg with 13, Johnny Cueto 10, and Aaron Sanchez with 9.
9 in a row. He got that 9th win in a row in his last start at Arizona. And it's not just the win streaks. That's outstanding. He hasn't lost since April the 22nd. You look at some of the other numbers, 1 or fewer runs in a start this year. 9 times. 1 or 0 runs in a start. 9 times this year.
Number 9 hitter, the catcher Derek Norris, and then back to the top of the order and Travis Jankowski and Will Myers.
You know, you give up 1 or no runs, you're going to win a lot of games in a row. This is his 20th start of the season, most he's ever had in the big leagues.
Donaldson, and 1 away here in the top of the third. He looks to become the first Blue Jay starter to win 10 straight since Roy Halladay back in 2003.
And he's just all the numbers off the charts. An ERA under 3. Remember, he pitches in the American League with the designated hitter. Opponents hitting .236. He's not walking anybody. He's had 12 quality starts. How about when he gets into problems? Runners in scoring position under 200 for Aaron Sanchez. He's just growing as a pitcher. Every one of his starts, you see something different from him. Maybe his changeup's better, maybe his curveball's better, or his fastball command. Whatever it is, this guy has it.
.1-0 and just off the outside corner. You're talking about how great he's been limiting opponents to 1 run or less. He's limited opponents to 2 runs or less in 6 straight starts. Matches a career high, and a fastball burns the inside corner. He's given up just 2 runs or less in 14 of his 19 starts this season. That's how dominant he's been.
I'll take my chances with that. Right?
Absolutely.
I think that's what the quality start should be. 7 innings and 2 runs or less. That's quality right there. 6 and 3 is a .450 earned run average.
In the air to left field. Moving in is Saunders, and he makes the catch on the run. 2 away.
Well, when you pitch like Aaron Sanchez has 14 times, 2 runs or less, the ERA is going to be pretty good. And right now, Aaron Sanchez tied for the 3rd best earned run average in the American League behind Stephen Wright, Danny Salazar. He's tied with Cole Hamels, and look at his teammate Marco Estrada right behind him.
Speaking of quality starts, he leads All-American League pitchers with 15 quality starts this season, as you would expect. Will Myers is the batter. His city hosted the All-Star game this year, and he was a member of that All-Star team as he's quickly down to the count. 0-2 to Sanchez.
That was a changeup right there, 90 miles an hour.
The 0-2 rides high at 95.
When you throw that high fastball like that, how about a curveball right here?
Myers broke it back, grounded out last time. That one moves just in off of the plate. Sanchez taking a moment as he gets back on top of the mound here. Top of the third, no score. 20th start. Right-hander deals. Got him. Another 1-2-3 inning, his 4th strikeout already. Coming up, Devin Travis, Jose Bautista, and Josh Donaldson.
Don't forget to join us this Friday, July 29th for our Friday Fan Festival presented by Bacardi. Our performance pregame will be by Tokyo Police Club. Patio opens at 4:30. It's the Orioles and the Blue Jays that night. Go to bluejays.com for tickets, guys. I've told you about Tokyo Police Club. They're from Newmarket, Ontario, and they have some very good songs we need you to check out.
Sounds good. Here's Devin Travis leading things off, and Ray misses down low. Travis 278, 6 home runs, 23 runs driven in. And the pitch is up and in, and the count 2-0 now from the right-hander Colin Ray.
Blue Jays very patient so far. Saunders with a walk, Russell Martin with a walk. Getting a long look at this right-hander.
And the count now 3-0. Padres continuing a 10-game road trip in 10 days. Just took 2 of 3 from the Washington Nationals with some late game heroics yesterday. They scored 4 in the top of the 9th inning. Ray with a strike there. They have struggled on the road overall this season, 20-31 in interleague play, 4-7, and it's a leadoff walk. And Colin Ray has now walked 3 of the last 6 batters he has faced, and here comes Jose Bautista.
Jose Bautista.
Got a great view out there. Bautista, first time up, popped out to the catcher Norris down the third base line. Fouled off to the right side on the 92-mile-per-hour fastball.
You know, if he wants to, he can hit a ground ball to the second baseman. The Blue Jays can play first and third. Look at the hole. It's got the whole right side, if you will. If he wants to. Not a bad idea here. It's early in the ball game. You just had a leadoff walk. You turned the lineup over. It looked like Jose was taking a shot with that first swing there. He was taking a shot to right field to pick up his first hit since coming off the disabled list.
And they're working him away, and the pitch misses, and the count of 1-1.
I think there's certain times that you can go to right field if you have to, if you're a power hitter. Look at that. The closest guy to a ground ball is going to be the umpire standing at second base.
Clint Fagan. Strike 2. Bottom of the third. Travis walked on to 5 pitches. He has a lead over at first base. Huge hole on the right side. The shift is on. Ground ball left side out at second on to first, and a double play off the broken bat. Ground ball.
Got that cutter in on those righties. He's been front dooring that cutter to some of these right-handers. Encarnacion struck out on it. That time he got Jose Bautista, jammed him up on that cutter on the inside part of the plate, and a leadoff walk again goes to naught for the Blue Jays.
Yeah. Saunders was stranded back in the second inning at second. Donaldson is the hitter here. We're 2 away in the bottom of the third. Left side of the infield. Positioning him the way they positioned Jose Bautista. And a strike is called for Colin Ray, who's been able to work out of a couple of jams here early on.
Now this is a different situation. I don't think he should try and shoot the ball to right field. He should try and hit an extra base hit. Now 2 outs, nobody on.
Pitch misses low.
The Padres would like to see Josh Donaldson in this situation just serve one over to right field. He should be thinking the gaps or over the wall.
Hitless yesterday. The 1-1, a big swing and a miss. Encarnacion on deck.
And Josh's 26-game on base streak was snapped yesterday.
One of the reasons why he had that streak. Leads the American League in walks with 67 between that and that 300 average. Ray with the 1-2. And foul, curving foul down the right field line.
Tell you how hot he has been over that 26-game streak that we were just talking about, where he got on base. Yes, he took his walks because his on base percentage was over 500, but he also hit 386. Taking what the pitcher's giving him. Take the ball away, hit the ball away. They try to pitch you in, go ahead and yank the ball down the left field line.
Donaldson strikes out on the high fastball that ends the bottom of the third. Here comes the ultimate cleanup crew. Brought to you by Home Hardware's exclusive line of the ultimate hard-hitting and tough-on-grime cleaning products. Sanchez making his 20th start. And you see opponent's average on the fastball over his last 6 starts.
Well, they keep talking about moving him into the bullpen because he might be getting tired. This doesn't look like he's getting tired, does it? First 13 starts, they hit 280 against this fastball. Last 6, he's been much better. 222 batting average against the fastball.
What have you noticed there? The difference from earlier on compared to the last 6 as Kemp looks at a strike?
Movement, number 1, and I think his ability to throw the ball both sides of the plate and throw it in the strike zone.
The most innings that he has worked in a season was 2014, and it's fouled off. Between the major leagues as well as the minor leagues, 133. And he came into today with 125 1/3. So in talking to John Gibbons, there isn't a number that's out there yet that they say, okay, that's the number, and then the decision's going to be made. But it certainly appears to be, based upon his age, that they feel the best thing long term for him is to ultimately move him into the bullpen at some point.
Keep the innings down. Keep it down 150, 160, whatever that is, whatever that number is that the Blue Jays have in mind for Aaron. And they're going to use a lot of factors for that. Miles per hour. Is he getting stronger? Is he getting tired? How many pitches, stressful innings, all of that. They're going to use that in their formula to decide when they're going to move him. And it's just to protect him, protect his career. This fastball at the bottom of the strike zone. Russell Martin pulls it back up. Look at him looking over his left shoulder saying that's a strike.
He has struck out now 5 of the last 8 that he has faced. And Solarte high in the air, and this one will reach the stands. You used the term earlier, free and easy, and that is the thing about him. And you haven't seen him out there laboring at all, and it just explodes out of his hand.
Well, a lot of that is because of the work that he did in the offseason, gain all those muscles in his lower half. He was telling me in spring training, he said last year there were times where I was on the mound and I was getting ready to throw and I had no control of my body throwing a pitch, and I didn't know how to get back into control of my body because I just didn't have the strength in my lower half and in my core area. 25 pounds later, he's under control. Everything is moving towards home plate. He's stronger, and you know what, you build up your legs like that, it takes a lot of stress off of your arm.
Chop to Smoke, flips it over to first base, and there are 2 away.
Super Slow-Mo Cam. Brought to you by Rogers 4K TV. Get closer to the action with 4 times the resolution of HD alone.
Great crowd on a Monday night. Matt Devlin alongside Pat Tabler and Barry Davis. Muck Martinez will be back on Friday when the Baltimore Orioles come to town. Alex Dickerson with 2 outs. He struck out back in the top of the first inning.
We were just talking about pitchers and using their legs and their leg muscles. Remember all those great staffs that the New York Mets used to have?
Yeah.
How many arm problems did they have? Tom Seaver, Jerry Kuzman, Greg Gentry, John Matlack. Should I keep going?
Yeah.
Those were guys who used their legs.
Nolan Ryan. He started with the Mets.
Yes, where they used their legs. Not too many arm problems there.
No. And Nolan was triple digits. Quickly ahead of the count. And Sanchez. And the count 2-2.
Got underneath that one and get it in the strike zone, riding it into the strike zone.
Curveball, Sanchez. What a play, but Dickerson beats it out. He has allowed 2 hits. Neither hit has left the infield.
Infield hit by Solarte to the second baseman Devin Travis, and now this one, a miscommunication right here between pitcher and first baseman.
No man's land.
No man's land. Curveball, he just taps it, and Aaron aggressively gets over there, but there's no one to throw it to.
Ryan Schimpf is the hitter. He has 9 home runs since being called up on July 1st. The most for a rookie Padre in a month. Second baseman.
Adding to their home runs, they have 117 home runs this season. That's 6th in the National League, and they're on pace for 191, which would set a new franchise record. Franchise record was 172 back in 1970. Now, do you know who was on that 1970 team? He was an all-star. He's got Blue Jay ties.
Dave Winfield.
That's a little bit too far back. Cito Gaston, the all-star center fielder, hit 29 home runs on that team. Second on the Padres that year to Nate Colbert, who had 38.
So Winfield was still at the University of Minnesota.
1973. He was drafted.
73.
Cito was an all-star that year. Hit 29 home runs, drove in a career high 93 runs. Played in my hometown in the all-star game. That season, 1970.
1970, Cincinnati. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs. Top of the 4th, runner moving, lifted high in the air, left side. Sanchez pointing at Donaldson. Donaldson catches the 3rd out here in the top of the 4th inning, and a runner stranded at first. We go to the bottom of the 4th. When Bautista went on the DL, Donaldson, Encarnacion, Tulowitzki, and Saunders, they took it up a notch.
You know, that's what the good teams do. They pull together, and everybody else does just a little bit more to make up for the loss of one of your regulars. So Jose goes on the DL, and look at these averages and production, home runs and RBIs from Donaldson, Encarnacion, Tulo, and Saunders. That's how you get it done right there. When you miss a big bat like that from Jose, everybody else drives it up a notch. Total team effort for the Blue Jays. Actually had a winning record while Jose was on the disabled list.
17 and 13. Edwin to begin things here in the bottom of the 4th inning with a big cut. Blue Jays are 11 and 6 in interleague play. They have the most wins in the American League in interleague play with 11. Interestingly enough, the right-hander Ray when starting on 4 days rest, his ERA is 3.14. He's starting on 4 days rest here. Last time he worked, that was against St. Louis on July 20th in St. Louis. 6 innings. He allowed 8 hits, 4 runs. Count 2-1.
He's been getting a lot of runs to work with this season.
The 2-1 on its way to Edwin. Ground ball back of the third base bag, played by the third baseman Solarte, and there's one away here in the 4th.
The checkered flag event is back, celebrating over 50 years of racing heritage in every Honda. Now is a great time to get into the all-new Civic.
Picturesque Monday night on Lake Ontario. Bottom of the 4th inning, Saunders walked and was stranded at second back in the bottom of the 2nd inning. He's tied his career high in home runs with 19. And Colin Ray with a fastball that is in there for strike 1.
That's been the impressive thing about Michael Saunders. You touched on it the last time he was up, that he hit 3 home runs against his former team Seattle in that series we just played. 2 of them against left-handers, but all 3 of them went to left field. Doesn't have to pull it to knock it out of here.
Looked a little bit low. Count of 1 ball and 2 strikes. Last 9 games, 4 for 30 with 3 home runs. And one of those home runs against a very tough lefty and James Paxton. Count now 2-2. Sees the second to most pitches of any American League hitter.
He is just fundamentally sound at the plate. His approach. Got a little bit of a hitch. You can see his barrel go back towards the catcher.
Corks this one into right center field. It'll reach the wall. Saunders on his way to second. Ground second to third. Slides, and it's a triple with 1 away.
Yeah, his barrel goes back towards the catcher just a little bit, but that's the way he gets it going. He's, though, in a great hitting position. That bat levels out once again. Watch it move, then levels out, and then he smokes this inside pitch up the alley in right center field. And with his speed, by the time Kemp runs that thing down, he's going to make it really to third base without a throw. Michael Saunders with another triple. Now the infield's going to come in. It's only the 4th inning.
Tulowitzki looks at a breaking ball down low and away. 3rd triple for Saunders this season. And with the way that Sanchez is throwing and the way that Ray is throwing, Andy Green is bringing the infield in, as you mentioned.
Thought they might be halfway. You know, it's still just the 4th inning. But he probably sees how Aaron Sanchez is throwing, and he doesn't want to give an inch. Blue Jays will probably make the ball go through if there is a ground ball.
Saunders a lead at third. Tulowitzki grounded out to the third baseman Solarte in the 2nd. And the 2-0 hit in the air, left center field, going back. Jankowski makes the catch on the run, and a sac fly RBI. 1-0 Jays.
Well, what a catch by Jankowski. He saved extra bases. Again, that ball was covered right there by Tulowitzki. deep to left center field. It'll score a run for the Blue Jays. Here's Jankowski. Travis Jankowski runs it down, playing straightaway center field. Hit hard. Takes one more peek at the wall, runs it down before he crashes into the wall. But Tula will pick up the RBI, his 48th, after this ball is caught. Thought it had a chance to get off the wall.
2 away. Blue Jays lead 1-0. And Martin looks at a breaking ball. Russell walked back in the second. 1 run, it may be all that Sanchez needs. And if you look at his track record, but it'd be nice to add on a few more as Tulowitzki drives in Saunders after his 3rd triple of the season. The 1-1 from Ray. Hit in the air to center field, sending Jankowski back up against the wall, and he makes the catch. 1-0 through 4. Blue Jays on top. Time now for a Blue Jays Central update. Here's Jamie Campbell and Greg Zahn in the Samsung broadcast studio.
For baseball here in Toronto, and a great night to be sitting in those big comfy green chairs in the TD Comfort Zone. And tonight we welcome guests of TD. And hey, never say staycation again with the #1 rated travel rewards card in Canada, the WestJet RBC World Elite MasterCard. Visit rbc.com/WestJet to apply today. And hey, why not use it to go to Houston to see the Blue Jays on the next road trip? WestJet does fly out there every day.
H-Town, Houston. The Astros just a half game back in that wild card race. Half game back of the Toronto Blue Jays. Sanchez with a 1-run lead here in the top of the 5th inning. And the first pitch off the bat of Ramirez is fouled off. Houston this time of year just a little bit hot.
If you thought the last couple days were hot,
crank it up just a notch. 1 down.
I'll tell you what, the ball players like it when it's hot like this. You stay loose, work up a nice little lather.
Of course, you'll be indoors there.
Yeah. In Houston.
Yes.
That's a big road trip, I think, for the Blue Jays. They're going to be going down to Houston and then to Kansas City for 7 games. 4 in Houston, 3 in Kansas City. Got to get some momentum going before they head out of here.
Well, 16 road games in August. And then 16 road games in September leading into October, with the final 6 games of the season. 3 against Baltimore here, and then they wrap up in the 2016 campaign in Boston as Brad Wallace swings through that.
You don't think that's going to be electric those last 3 days? Big Poppy, his last homestand. Blue Jays in town with a chance.
And you figure a lot's going to be on the line.
Yeah, you got to figure that, sure.
Sweeping breaking ball, strike 2. Brad Wallace, the DH, struck out to end the second. 2 hits off of Sanchez. Both have been infield hits. And the top of the first off of the bat of Solarte, and then Dickerson in the 4th.
His fastball has been so good tonight, especially early on. They just have not been able to square up a ball and hit a ball hard. But that's something that Aaron has done over the last month or so, limiting batters' slugging percentage.
Count now runs full. On deck is the number 9 hitter, Derek Norris. The 3-2 hits sharply to Smoke. 3 unassisted. And here is Derek Norris. Sanchez against the National League. He has been dominant. 3 starts. He's 3-0. And how about that ERA? 1.23, and opponents hitting just 192.
At San Francisco, that was his first game. And at Colorado, 8 innings. He just gave up 1 earned run. And that Arizona, at Arizona, that was his last start. 7 innings again, just 1 earned run. So all told, 3 games, just 3 earned runs total.
Not easy to pitch in Colorado.
Or Arizona.
Or Arizona.
You were there.
The ball flies at Chase Field. But with that sink that he has, and a breaking ball strike, able to manage a couple of difficult ballparks. Now Petco, a little bit easier
to pitch
there.
Yeah.
Right. More of a pitcher's ballpark. 2-1 now the count to Norris, who grounded out to start the 3rd.
Other than those 2 fields that we just mentioned in the National League West, Colorado, Arizona, the other 3 ballparks are great pitchers' ballparks. Dodgers, really? Great place to pitch. San Francisco, same thing.
Zach Greinke left the Dodgers to pitch in Arizona. He's 10-3 on the year, of course, on the DL, and a difficult place to play and pitch. Edwin loves it there, that is for sure. Here's the 2-2 with 2 outs in the top of the 5th. Got him. That is his 6th strikeout in another 1-2-3 inning for the right-hander from Barstow, California.
for your next board meeting? Forget about doing it at the office. Bring the meeting to the ballpark. Yes, get a Blue Jays Acura luxury suite. You can have your business meeting and enjoy the ball game at the same time. The account executives will find a package that best suits your needs. Go to bluejays.com/luxury suites for more details. Hey, Tabby, we had a bunch of the fantasy campers from last year in one of those suites over the weekend. Did you have a chance to meet up with some of them?
Yes, I did. I saw some of those championship rings also. Did you get a chance to see some of the championship rings of the guys who were here? Did you get yours, Barry? I guess not.
Barry.
He didn't get one?
No.
Sorry.
Here is Pilar, then Smoke and Travis. And a strike call to Kevin Pilar. Where's your ring?
Which one?
Where do you keep them?
At home.
At home in a safe place?
In a safe place, hopefully. Safe deposit box. That one's getting passed down. I'm going to give that one to my son.
I'll never forget, in 1993, I was calling games for the Palm Springs Angels, and Kelly Gruber at that time was with the Angels.
That's right.
And he was on a rehab assignment with the Palm Springs Angels. He was tremendous. As a big leaguer coming down, doesn't happen often, but most big leaguers will do this. Jose Bautista did it over the course of the weekend in Buffalo. They'll take care of the spreads for your team as well as the visiting team, right? Which Kelly Gruber was tremendous. He did that. But I'll never forget, he invited everybody, including myself, into the clubhouse, and he took out his ring and he passed it down the line, and he talked about how important it is to be a part of something that special, and that's what it ultimately is all about. This one driven into the gap. On the run is Kemp. Pilar has a double to begin things here in the fifth. The manager at that time was Mario Mendoza, and he was very appreciative of Kelly Gruber taking that time with some A-ball players to do that.
Did some of those A-ball players get to the big leagues?
Yes, they did.
And I bet you that was one of the reasons why. The influence of a big leaguer coming down like that. Well, here's a big leaguer right here, Kevin Pilar. Blue Jays are starting to put the wood to the ball. Stays back on that breaking ball. Shoots it to right center field for extra bases. Matt Kemp plays it off the wall superbly to hold him to a double.
Justin Smoke is the hitter. And the pitch is in there, a strike. So a leadoff double for Pilar. His 22nd. And the count now 0-2 to Smoke.
Time to cut down that swing and pull that ball to the right side now. A couple of slow breaking balls. He might try to speed him up a little bit with a high fastball here.
Pilar with a lead at second base. Did he go around? Yes, he did, and Smoke strikes out.
This Blue Jays Rogers 4K broadcast is powered by the Samsung 4K SUHD TV.
Game 4 of this 9-game homestand for the Blue Jays, and Devin Travis is the hitter. He walked back in the third. A double by Pilar. Smoke struck out, and a pitch that misses outside. Travis against right-handers this season, hitting .316. Fouls it back.
All right, he's got a gap in left center field. If he wants to shoot for it, he can run for days. They are shading him to right field, and they should shade him to right field. I think that's where Devin's strength is, to right field. But if he gets a pitch out over the plate, look, he can pull that ball to left center field and run all day.
Ray from the stretch. The 1-1. Breaking ball chopped over by Barry Davis. Barry's got the glove.
And the ball now. And now he's giving it away. And they dropped it.
Oh, and they dropped it, Barry. Go back and Barry. Barry was so pumped up about getting that foul ball. He didn't realize that it was dropped by the fan. He's got that glove on down there. He's all set. He's getting ready for fantasy camp.
Yes.
And you said you were going to draft him this year.
If he's available in the 15th round, I'll get him.
Or in the 62nd round.
I think there's only 12 rounds. Just kidding. Front door cutter.
Broken bat. This one launched down the left field line, and it is fair. A double. And Pilar's gonna score.
Boy, they tried that front door cutter again, and it's down. Kevin Travis, he's so fundamentally sound swinging the baseball bat. He stayed on that ball with 2 strikes. He's got outstanding plate coverage, and he's so strong with his 12th double. Watch him stay back, pull the ball, shatters his bat. Look how far the ball goes.
Yeah.
Short ups the wall down the left field line.
Pilar cruises in, and it's 2-0 Blue Jays.
Out in front.
Off the end of the bat.
That looked like a changeup.
Bautista with a runner in scoring position. 0 for 2.
Looked like they wanted to throw the front door cutter, but that was a changeup that he hit off the end of the bat. But the point is, he stayed back on it. Got great plate coverage.
Travis is chased back to second. Bautista 86 at bats as a leadoff hitter. 5 home runs, 13 RBIs. And a fastball strike. Hitting .308 with runners in scoring position. Ray looks back at Travis, and a breaking ball that misses away, and the count 2-1 now to Jose in his first game back.
He's got that ability, doesn't he, to laser in these situations. Concentration, pick out a good pitch and hit it hard somewhere with a runner in scoring position.
2-2 the count. The 2-2 in on the hands, and he fouls it back.
That looked like the front door cutter right there. They got him with that pitch his last time up when he hit into a double play. Jose right on top of that plate, almost daring you to come in there.
And that one misses off the outside. John Gibbons said with him in the leadoff spot, with him having been out for the last 30 games, he's going to get some extra ABs at the top of the order. Here's a 3-2, and it misses away. So runners at first and second now for Josh Donaldson. Donaldson lined out on the bottom of the first, and he struck out in the third. The fourth walk by the right-hander.
Look at the power coming up for the Blue Jays. I mean, this has got to be so tough for a pitcher. Pilar doubles, Travis doubles. You got a runner in scoring position. Now you got to face all of this power right in a row.
Myers plays behind Bautista at first. Shift is on for Donaldson. Big numbers with runners in scoring position. Right-hander in a jam here. He's allowed 1 run here in the 5th. Blue Jays lead 2-0. Fastball high.
Laying off of that stuff now, aren't they? They are taking their walks.
Donaldson leads the American League in walks. Got a hitter's count here. Outfield straightaway and deep. The 2-0. Ground ball, base hit into left center field. Travis will score. Bautista on his way to third. And the pro is late, sliding in safely, and Donaldson on the throw takes second. Blue Jays come through with 2 runs here in the bottom of the 5th.
You know, that might have been a spot right there where the shift actually hurt the San Diego Padres. It looked like it was a routine ground ball to the shortstop. But because San Diego was in the shift, the shortstop was over in the hole. The second baseman was behind second base. And look at this. Right at the shortstop. Into the outfield, RBI hit. Bautista keeps going to third base. Looks like he's going to be safe there. And then Donaldson continues on to second base. And Sanchez likes what he sees. Another run, a couple of more runners in scoring position for the Blue Jays.
Donaldson 71 RBIs. Bautista at third. Donaldson at second. Encarnacion is the hitter. Meeting on the mound, and it's broken up by the home plate umpire, Lance Barrett.
One more time, Josh Donaldson is always thinking another play ahead. Keep your head up, read the situation. Ground it, the throw's going to go to third base. He knows there's going to be a play at third base. Pick up an extra 90 feet. Now the infield has to come all the way in.
3-0 Blue Jays.
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't want to be the third baseman right now. With Encarnacion at the plate, you got to play in. He's playing a little bit deeper than anybody else on the infield.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to just move just a step back here. Ground ball handled by Solarte. Looks Bautista back to third. And there are now 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And Saunders, who tripled back in the 4th inning and scored the Blue Jays' first run, is the hitter. And the bullpen begins to work for the Padres.
Jose Dominguez starts to work. Looks like Ryan Kessler is going to get up and start to throw also. He is the left-hander just brought up today from the minor leagues.
Myers will take it to first base, and that's going to do it in the bottom of the 5th inning. Blue Jays tack on 2 more. It's 3-0 through 5 Jays. 3-run lead. And here in the top of the 6th inning, Jankowski, Myers, and Kemp. Pilar with a leadoff double. And then he scored on the double off the bat of Travis, broken bat double. And then Donaldson came through. Jankowski 0 for 2. Made a couple of nice catches out in center field. Sanchez with a 2-0. And it's now 3-0. They're in the top of inning number 6. He has struck out 6, walked 1. That was Kemp back in the top of the 1st. And a 4-pitch walk here to begin the 6th.
Home Hardware and Building Center locations. Proud partners of the Toronto Blue Jays. Homeowners helping homeowners with expert advice.
Beautiful evening here in Toronto as the All-Star Myers is the hitter. Struck out looking in the 3rd. He is 0 for 2 and he swings at the first pitch. And here comes Bautista. And there's one away.
Boy, that helps right there. 4-pitch walk to open up the 6th inning. Then you get one quick out on one pitch. Now with that exploding, and I mean exploding fastball tonight, he can get a ground ball and get out of here.
Here comes Kemp. Most home runs since July 16. Matt Kemp and Trevor Story. They both have hit 6. Jankowski with a lead at first. Sanchez will check on him.
Threat to steal, but they're down by 3 runs, and you got a home run threat at the plate. I don't think they're going to be testing Russell Martin here.
Kemp has 1 home run in interleague play. He's hitting .327 against the American League. And once again, Jankowski back safely here in the top of the 6th. Fastball exploding in there.
Free and easy. 93, 94. He was saying earlier this year, I asked him one time, what is the pitch that has really come the farthest for you this season? Because you are now a starter. You worked a lot out of the bullpen last year. He said, my changeup. My changeup has really come a lot farther than my curveball. So you got to look at it about 8-9 miles per hour less than my fastball. That's what I'm trying to get. He just couldn't get the feel for taking enough speed off of his changeup. And after, you know, the first few that he threw at the beginning of the season, it almost looked like a BP fastball. But now he's being able to get a feel for it, take a little bit more off of it, and get a little bit more sink. That's probably the hardest thing for a guy who is a fastball pitcher, to be able to dial it back just a little bit and not show that you're throwing a changeup, slowing down your arm.
Jankowski will trot down to second base as it gets away from the catcher Martin.
Curveball in the dirt. Also trying to block it. He's trying to block it with his chest, but you can see it took a right-hand turn at the plate.
Only the second time that the Padres have had a runner in scoring position, and that fastball up and in, and the count 2-2. And Kemp has to put his helmet back on.
Looked like Aaron lost his balance a little bit. Watch him deliver this pitch, and the fastball gets away from him. One more time as you first see Kemp duck out of the way. Has to hit the dirt, but watch here. He goes down also.
Jankowski with a lead at second. He's heading down to third as that one is fouled off to the right side. With one away here in the top of the sixth, Jankowski had a jump.
The guy he should be worrying about is him right there at the plate. This guy's a threat.
Mentioned his numbers. 6 home runs over the last couple of weeks. He's got 22 on the season, does the veteran Matt Kemp. Aaron looks back to second. Ground ball, Tulowitzki. Has Jankowski caught up, flips it over to Donaldson. Donaldson dives for him, and Jankowski is out.
Hey, Blue Jay fans, does that look familiar? A third baseman chasing a runner back to second base and diving and hitting him in the foot to get the out. Oh, that's right. It wasn't called an out in the World Series in '92. Base running mistake right there by the youngster Jankowski. Ball to his right. He thinks he can move, but a heads-up play by Tulowitzki. The Blue Jays do the right thing. Get that runner going back to the base he came from. He is tagged out by Josh Donaldson right there. Yeah, that looked familiar. That looked like Kelly Gruber.
Kelly Gruber. Got him a couple of times, did Josh Donaldson. And there are 2 outs. And Kemp over at first base.
Boy, that's huge. Runner in scoring position is wiped out. And the Blue Jays were able to get that out on just one throw. From Tulowitzki to Donaldson. He runs him back to the bag, tags him out.
Solarte hits this one in the air to right field, and Bautista will track it down, and that's going to do it in the 6th inning. Through 5.5, Blue Jays lead 3-0.
Premium, the #1 live streaming sports service, delivers everything you've come to expect and more. Watch every out-of-market game live in true HD on over 400 supported devices. It includes a free subscription to @Bat Premium, the #1 app for live baseball. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details, and it's a good night to keep your eyes on both the Orioles and the Boston Red Sox tonight. Jays, of course, trailing both of those in the American League East standings.
At the start of the day, Blue Jays 3 games back in the American League East. And this one driven down the left field line, foul off of the bat of Troy Tulowitzki. Tulowitzki has a 9-game hit streak. Blue Jays lead 3-0 here. Colorado and Baltimore tied at 1 in the bottom of the 6th inning. And Boston leads Detroit in the bottom of the 5th 1-0. Tulowitzki backhanded by Solarte. 1 away. Russell Martin, his first game back after missing the last 3.
And this is what he was doing at 4 o'clock today. He was working agility drills with Jordan Poulos, trying to work out that knee to see how he feels stopping and starting. That's the biggest thing that you worry about when you've got some knee problems. Stopping and starting. When you're running, you get yourself going, that's good. But then being able to slow down and cut, stop and start. Everything was okay, and here's Russell.
Good to see him back out there. He is 0 for 1 with a walk. Baltimore comes to town on Friday. They're currently 57-40. They've won 4 in a row. And Boston, they've won 7 of their last 10. They took care of business against Minnesota 8-7 yesterday. They're a game and a half back of Baltimore and a game and a half in front of the Blue Jays.
Baltimore's getting healthy. I mean, literally getting healthy. They had a little sickness go through their clubhouse where their manager, Buck Showalter, actually had to miss a game. That he wasn't feeling well, like a stomach virus going through their clubhouse. It looks like they're starting to get their players back.
There's been some conversations and reports that the Padres and the Baltimore Orioles may be moving toward trading some pieces. In on the hands, popped up in the infield, and there are 2 down.
Saw one of those Ubaldo Jimenez, one of those trade rumors.
Melvin Upton Jr., Andrew Kashner, who's scheduled to pitch tomorrow. Andy Green, prior to the game, said, to my knowledge, there's nothing imminent, but it is a possibility. And we'll see what tomorrow brings. 2 away. Here's Pilar. Pilar started the 5th with a double. Parents still in town as Colin Ray. It's that call on the outside corner. The 0-1. Backhanded. And Pilar is going to be safe. Ramirez unable to come up and make a throw. And Pilar's 2 for 3.
Yeah, it should be an infield hit for Pilar. Tough play for the shortstop. He hits it hard right past the third baseman in the hole. Alexei Ramirez gets over there, backhands the ball. But then in his haste to get the ball from the glove to the hand, it's just not a clean transfer. And that'll be an infield hit.
Pilar's at first base with 2 away, and Smoke is the hitter. He's 0 for 2. Pitch down and away. Since 2014, the Blue Jays own the best record in interleague play. And they're 36-21. They're tied, in fact, with Kansas City, then Baltimore, the Red Sox, and the Tigers. Looking to improve on that here tonight. They lead 3-0, and they have the right man on the hill for that as Colin Ray checks in over at first base.
Yeah, just in case Kevin Pillar's thinking about stealing here. Kevin 7 for 12 in stolen bases this year. Smoke could score him easily with an extra base hit.
Shift is on. Schimpf, the second baseman, is playing shallow right field. A swing and a miss.
Keeps throwing him that slow breaking ball. He's going to leave one of those things up, and Smokey can hit it out of here.
Padres 15.5 games back in the NL West. Checking in over at first base. Giants struggled over the weekend. They've been struggling since the All-Star break. They lead the NL West by 3 games over the Dodgers. Ray with the 1-1 and the curveball. And strike 2. Two away here in the top of the 6th inning. There's Smoke can get aboard. Devin Travis is on deck. He doubled and picked up an RBI in the 5th. Ray taking a ton of time. Tire left side of the infield wide open. Runner going. And a stolen base. Pilar steals second.
8 stolen bases now. And with the shift on, you always have to be aware that Pilar could get up and go to third base. Derek Norris does not come up with that cleanly, drops it, and then there go the infielders sprinting over to third base just in case Pilar can get up.
Swing and a miss. And the bottom of the 6th comes to an end. 3-0 Blue Jays. Let's go to the 7th.
Jays on Sportsnet. Presented by Honda. The checkered flag event is back, celebrating over 50 years of racing heritage in every Honda.
To the top of the 7th. 3-0 Blue Jays. And the 24-year-old All-Star working against Alex Dickerson. Foul back, 41,483. Great crowd on a Monday night.
That is a great crowd. The Blue Jays have been drawing all year, haven't they?
It's been the ticket in the summer. Number one in the American League.
And home average, they're averaging over 39,000 per home game. That puts them over 2 million tonight's crowd for the season.
Outstanding. 3 balls and 1 strike. Dickerson, Schimpf, and Ramirez here in the top of the 7th inning. Dickerson has one of the 2 hits against Sanchez. This one will go into right center field, cut off by Bautista, and Dickerson with a double to begin the 7th. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of Rogers Blue Jays Baseball Partnership and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Rogers Blue Jays Baseball Partnership. Double to begin things here in the 7th. And the bullpen begins to work. Brett Cecil, the left-hander, and Bo Schultz, the right-hander here.
Boy, after that double by Dickerson, they both got up, and look how quickly they are working to get loose. John Gibbons looking at that lineup card. He's looking for some matchups that he likes.
Schimpf swings and misses. Called up on July 1st, and he has put a charge into the baseball this month.
Good pitch.
And that one looked really good. Russell Martin pounds his glove.
Oh, had some movement on it, didn't it? Coming back over the inside part of the plate.
Schimpf had a 3-hit game yesterday against the Nationals, first of his career, and that one out over the plate. 2-2 now. Of his first 22 hits to start his big league career, the second baseman for the Padres, 16 extra base hits. Sanchez got him. Call 3rd strike, his 7th strikeout.
Just could not pull that trigger on that fastball. Aaron thought he had him early. Then comes right back to it. Look at the 2-seam movement of that thing right at the top of the strike zone. And he punches him out. 7 strikeouts tonight for Aaron Sanchez.
Most that he has had in a game since June 12th. That was against Baltimore. Ground ball, backhanded in the hole. Tulowitzki over to first base. And Ramirez is out. Nice play by Tulo. And Dickerson remains at second base.
You know how hard it is to do that, where you're going away from first base. You backhand it, you throw on the run, but Tulo says, I'm quicker, I'm accurate like that. He just floats it over to first base to get the out. That is a hard play, but he practices it. That's how he does it.
2 away. Brett Wallace is the batter, 0 for 2. Left-handed bat.
Aaron Sanchez trying to pitch 7 innings and allowing 2 or fewer runs for the 10th time this season. That would tie Chris Sale for the most in the American League.
94 pitches. Here's his 95th. 95.
95 is 95.
Wallace laid on it. Most consecutive decisions won by a Blue Jays starter Roger Clemens in 1998, 15. And Roy Halladay in 2003 with 15. Quickly ahead of the count, 0-2. Then Clemens with 11 back in 1997, and Juan Guzman with 10 in 1991.
Aaron trying to get to 10 tonight.
Trying to get to 10 tonight. He's won 9 in a row.
He's either going to throw a breaking ball here, or he's going to reach back for a little something extra on his fastball.
Leadoff double. Dickerson, he's at second. In the air to left field. Saunders is right there. Leadoff double is stranded at second. We go to the home half of inning number 7, and the Blue Jays lead it 3-0 here at the Rogers Center. Right-hander Jose Dominguez.
He was originally signed by the Dodgers as an undrafted free agent in 2007. Was traded to Tampa Bay, and then he signed with San Diego this offseason back in December as a minor league free agent. Only 7 games this year because he spent most of the time in their minor league system in AAA El Paso this year. There are his numbers: 1-0. Picked up that first win. First career win on the 6th at Arizona.
And a smile from Aaron Sanchez after getting out of the trouble in the 7th. The leadoff double off of the bat of Dickerson. Devin Travis and back to the top of the order, and Jose Bautista and Josh Donaldson. 3-0 Blue Jays. Dominguez, and it gets by Myers into shallow right field, and Travis is aboard at first.
You know, he can hit the ball so hard with that nice easy swing. He doubled into the corner last time up, and then hits this ball right off of the pitcher. That's going to bring the trainer out. One more time. 1-0 fastball. Right back at him. I wonder if that hit his arm.
I wonder if it hit his leg. Let's see. Maybe his right.
He was looking at his arm after that. Right there.
Yeah, you might. Yeah, maybe it missed the leg and it hit the left forearm.
I saw him after that play, after Devin was safe over at first base, looking at his left arm, like that ball ricocheted off his forearm.
Dominguez. That line drive right back at him.
You see him trying to shake that off of his left arm.
So Dominguez, after getting checked on, he remains in. He's a welt. As you would expect there on the left forearm. Bautista is the batter. Travis over at first base. Line drive. Base hit into left field. Over the reach of the shortstop Ramirez.
There you go. Jose gets his first hit. Since he has come back off the disabled, he could sell out on a fastball right there. And gets it. Watch him get that foot down and turn on it. Rising over Ramirez in the left field.
Runners at first and second here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Colin Ray worked 6 innings. Jose Dominguez in relief in a 3-0 game with the Blue Jays up. Donaldson, you can barely read his name on the back of the jersey with that diving tag that he made back in the 6th inning. On Jankowski. Down low and away in the count of 1-1. Donaldson last time up. A single and an RBI and took second base on the throw to third. And there's a strike.
Resorting to the off-speed stuff. The Blue Jays have turned a couple of fastballs around on Jose Dominguez. Pitched in 4 games last year for Tampa Bay when he was a member of the Rays.
Ramirez with some quick advice for the right-hander Dominguez here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
He actually pitched against the Blue Jays last April. Picked up his first career victory in a scoreless inning in the 3rd against Toronto.
To the right side. Myers goes to second, out on to first with Dominguez covering, and Donaldson is safe.
You know, it looked like Dominguez was sitting on the bag. First base umpire Dan Iasonia said no, he did not make contact with it. That's Mark McGuire, the bench coach. He's going to check with the video room to see if he made contact. This is always a tough double play. The 3-6-1 double play. He said he was off the base. He's crowding it. Does he sit down on the base? Does that constitute making contact with it? Iasonia says no, but does it? They're going to look at it.
Yeah.
That's Ryan Schipp. That would be a 3-5-1 double play. But it depends on when he made contact with the base. Was the ball in the glove when he was sitting down on that bag?
It appeared as though Dominguez was sitting on the base. Dominguez, let's see here, I think.
Well, he does the right thing. Yeah. Just in case he wasn't on the base when the ball was in his glove, he reaches back with his bare hand. It's in the glove there, and he's sitting on the base. Looks like it might be a double play.
Yeah. Donaldson remains at first base. Travis is over at third. And Donaldson is out.
Right call.
Yep.
That's why they have instant replay.
He had his backside on the base. So 2 away here in the 7th. Travis is at third, and Edwin is 0 for the night. He's the hitter.
You don't see this call very often. Yeah, he was sitting down on the base, so he is out.
Yeah. That backside on the base to complete the double play. Edwin into left field off the end of the bat. And coming in is Dickerson, and that's going to do it here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Travis stranded at third. 3-0. We go to the 8th.
Is Canada's largest and only official team shop for your Toronto Blue Jays. New 2016 authentic jerseys with the 40th season sleeve patch are now available. Get yours today at jshop.ca, and I imagine they'll be selling a few of those number 37 jerseys now, with Jason Grilli making himself such a fine staple in that bullpen.
Absolutely. As John Gibbons said, he feels so comfortable turning it over in the 8th too. Grilli and then Osuna in the 9th.
And with the 3-run lead on cue, Jason Grilli will take over now. There are his combined numbers with Atlanta and Toronto. 39 games for the 39-year-old. He's won 4 games, and he has solidified that bullpen, now pitching in the 8th inning in front of Osuna.
From upstate New York, he'll face Derek Norris and then Travis Jankowski and Will Myers.
Jason had a 1-2-3 8th inning in yesterday's ball game against the Mariners.
Padres, a team that came through late yesterday against the Washington Nationals in the 8th inning, and then in the 9th to win it 10-6. They tied it up in the 8th 6-6, and then they put 4 more on the board in the top of the 9th inning. Blue Jays up 3-0 here. Game 1 of a 3-game set. First time ever Padres and Blue Jays from Toronto. And Norris down to the count. Tomorrow, Andrew Kashner, who has been rumored to be on the trading block, against Marcus Stroman. There he is, the right-hander. Popped up and out of play. There's Marcus.
He was good in his last start, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
8 innings, 1 earned run against Arizona.
He wasn't happy with that start in Oakland. Blue Jays led 7-3. Here's the 1-2, and it gets away from Martin in the count, 2-2. Cashner, by the way, back in 2012 on a rehab stint, pitched for the manager of the Toronto Blue Jays, John Gibbons, when he was the manager there in San Antonio AA. In the Texas League. The 2-2. Got him. And let's go to Jamie Campbell for an update. That would certainly help out the Jays. Blue Jays 4-4 since the All-Star break. Jankowski looks at a strike at the knees. Detroit leads Boston 2-1. And the pitch is up.
Every pitch that Jason Grilli throws has a purpose. Fastball down. That one was a fastball up. He'll go over the scouting reports and use his breaking ball. It says he's just getting by. He's out there and succeeding with smarts and experience.
Well, he's been great in that role coming in out of the pen. And as you mentioned, 39 years of age. What else is having a veteran like that that's been there before do for a bullpen?
The young kids can lean on him and they can go to him and ask him questions in certain situations. What would you do? What have you seen? He'll also be the traffic cop out there. If the guy doesn't come out and shag, or if he's not hustling when they're doing the running and all that stuff, he'll get on them. He's been wonderful in that bullpen. With that strikeout of Norris, he has now struck out at least one batter in 16 of 17 games.
And we were talking to him the other day. You know, just a true testament to, you know, believing in yourself. He said he had an opportunity for a lot of money to play in Korea when he was playing minor league baseball. Phillies really didn't believe in what he could do. But he stayed with it. He said, look, my dream was to pitch in the big leagues.
So he could have quit a couple of different times, but he wants to just keep pitching until they just rip the uniform off of him.
And down to first base is Jankowski. I don't know if you had an opportunity to watch the speeches of Ken Griffey Jr. and Mike Piazza yesterday. Major League Baseball Network replayed it last night, and you know, two different stories, but an immense amount of pressure on Ken Griffey Jr. and he handled it. 6 all-time home runs, and then the story of Mike Piazza and perseverance, 62nd round. They don't even have 62 rounds anymore, and he gave up on the game, and Reggie Smith said, don't do that, go back to Vero Beach. And Tommy Lasorda saying, hey, if he was a catcher, what do you think? And the scouting director said, well, if he was a catcher, we'd sign him. Well, he's a catcher now.
He's going to learn to catch, right?
Yeah. They're two just great speeches.
Humble.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Both of them. And they acknowledge so many people that had an impact on their lives, and then also the other Hall of Famers that were there as well. Will Myers down to the count. Travis steps on the bag at second and on to Smoke at first. Time now for a Blue Jays Central update. Here's Jamie Campbell and Greg Zahn in the Samsung broadcast studio. The all-new Civic, the 2016 North American Car of the Year. Here's it, drive of the game.
It was scoreless in the fourth inning when Michael Saunders steps up with one out and drills this ball into the gap in right center field. He circles the bases all the way to third base with his triple. He would later score the game's first run on a sacrifice fly. Michael Saunders has tonight's drive of the game.
Matt Thornton is the new pitcher, the third pitcher used by the Padres. Colin Ray was solid, 6 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, all earned. Jose Dominguez worked an inning, and here is Matt Thornton.
13 major league seasons Matt Thornton has been around. He's been with the Mariners, the White Sox, Red Sox, Yankees, Nationals, now the Padres, and he has put up huge numbers in his career against the Blue Jays.
The lefty deals, and a check swing. And just foul. Aaron Sanchez, just another outstanding night. 7 innings of work, 3 hits, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts. Saunders, Tulowitzki, Martin. If anyone gets on, it's Pilar.
Thornton obviously is not the same pitcher that he was when he was with the White Sox or the Yankees. He was a hard thrower. Told you he's been in the big leagues 13 seasons. He has had 30 games against the Blue Jays, 25 2/3 innings, 38 strikeouts.
Myers to Thornton covering the bag, and Saunders is out.
The all-new Civic, the 2016 North American Car of the Year.
The lefty, 39 years of age, just like Jason Grilli. Roberto Osuna on your left, Bull Schultz on your right. Getting set for the 9th. Tulowitzki has an RBI. That was back in the 4th on a sac fly RBI. He's got a 9-game hit streak. He's looking to extend.
It's his longest streak since he hit it 21 straight last year. Might be his last chance right here to get that streak to 10.
Bottom of the 8th inning. Blue Jays lead 3-0. Thornton, originally selected In the first round, 22nd pick back in 1998. Tulowitzki drives this one deep left field. And Tulo's going to head into second. He's got a 10-game hit streak now with the double. Tulowitzki.
And he came oh so close from putting that fourth run on the board for the Blue Jays. Thought he got it up high enough. But it hits off the top of the wall, bounces back in. One more time. Thornton, fastball. Tulo turns on it. Dickerson goes back, just off the top of the wall. There's a bar up there. You can see it pushed it right back into the playing field. But the 10-game hit streak. Sanchez trying to get the 10 straight. Tulo got the 10 straight.
Martin, the batter. Can they add one here with one out? Russell, his first game back. The 11th double for Tulowitzki. Ramirez over to first, 2 away. Pilar is the hitter. Pilar is 2 for 3 with a run scored and a stolen base. And a strike. In the American League, the most games with 7+ innings of work and allowing 2 or fewer runs. Chris Sale, 10. Aaron Sanchez, Chris Tillman, Corey Kluber, and Justin Verlander tied with 9.
Aaron just tied Chris Sale.
Yeah.
He's got 10 now. 7 innings tonight for Aaron. No runs. Just 3 hits, 2 infield hits in a double.
And Dickerson double in the 7th, the hardest hit ball by the Padres tonight. 7 strikeouts. Two balls and 1 strike. Tulowitzki at second with a lead, and the veteran left-hander comes set. Here's a 2-1 to Pilar. Hit down the line in right field, just foul.
Well, that ball stayed pretty straight for a long time. Normally a right-handed batter, when he inside outs a pitch like that, that's going to slice hard, but that thing stayed true down the right field line. Just missed by a couple of feet.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 away here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Jays scored 1 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th. Tulowitzki at second. Pilar down the left field line, off of the wall. Tulo will score. Pilar with his 2nd double of the night.
Well, if you miss down the right field line, let's try the left field line on the next pitch. Sliced the ball to right field. He missed. Thornton tried to come in with a fastball, and Kevin pulled it down the left field line.
3-hit night for Kevin Pilar.
Keeps that one fair. That one's going to hook, but stays true. Puts up another RBI. And with that hit, Roberto Osuna has sat down, and Bo Schultz is continuing to throw in the bullpen. Not a save opportunity right now.
Smoke backhanded by Solarte, and the throw to first. And Smoke is out, but not before. Tulowitzki doubles, and then Pilar with 2 outs doubles home Tulowitzki. 4-0 Blue Jays as we go to the 9th.
Fans, you can help support Jays Care by purchasing an $85 fan pack, and that price will include your shipping. The pack includes a reusable Blue Jays jersey tote bag, stainless steel kids water bottle, Blue Jays blow-up baseball bat, a Blue Jays hat, and Blue Jays shoelaces. You can get your pack today by visiting bluejays.com/broadcast auction. We go to the 9th inning. Let's get you back to Pat and Matt.
All right, Barry. So not a save situation as Tabby mentioned, so Bull Schultz comes in.
Bo worked twice in the series that the Blue Jays just had against the Seattle Mariners, Friday and Saturday night. 8 games overall, 169 average. A couple other defensive change for the Blue Jays. Ezekiel Carrera has taken over for Michael Saunders in left field.
Kemp, Solarte, Dickerson here in the top of the 9th inning. Jays look to open up the series with a win. Schultz ahead in the count.
Schultz's fastball's been really good this time. Matt Kemp is just able to get a piece of it, and Russell gets the worst of that as it rings off of his catcher's mask.
John Gimmons before the game was talking about Bull Schultz, and he really likes what he's been able to do as of late.
Well, he says he brings more power to that bullpen, power in that arm. Just take a look at some of those miles per hour as this inning continues. He gives him a little bit more power, a little bit more speed, and says his command's been better, seems to be a little bit more confident this year, and he's pitching in big situations for the Blue Jays, trying to walk off with his team tonight.
1-2 the count now to Kemp. Kemp, a walk in the top of the first, struck out looking to start the 4th, and a fielder's choice in the 6th. Blue Jays lead 4-0 yesterday. Now a shutout, a 1-hit shutout for the Blue Jays with Happ, Cecil, Grilli, and Osuna. Osuna earning his 20th save yesterday, and Happ career best 13th win, and a line drive down the line in left, and Kemp's going to take that turn at first, and jog into second. It's a lead-off double. Now for a preview of what's coming up on the Sportsnet Central, here's Ken Reed and Jackie Redmond. We look forward to that here in the top of the 9th inning. Matt Kemp got that pitch up and turned on it. He's got a double. He's at second base. Solarte is the hitter with nobody out here in the 9th.
And just like that, right after that double by Kemp, Roberto Osuna is back up in the bullpen. There's Roberto. He's warm. It's not going to take him long.
Yeah.
He was throwing before the Blue Jays scored that run.
Kemp with a walking lead at second. Bo left that pitch up a little bit, and Matt Kemp was able to turn on it. And the 7th pitch. Low and a count of 1-1. Blue Jays trying to pick up this W in Jose Bautista's first game back since June 16th. Here's a 1-1 ground ball, right side foul. Ask the first base coach, Tarek Brock.
This is where you get your scouting report right here and say, okay, well, if I got Solarte late and I've got a good fastball, what does the scouting report say? It looks like you can use a slider, or you can use that good fastball if you go upstairs.
Set up outside and foul back. Solarte, an infield single in the top of the first, just one of 3 hits off of Aaron Sanchez. Grounded out in the 4th and then flew out in the 6th. On Hervis Solarte back in the batter's box. Kemp with the double off of Schultz. He's at second. Outfield straight away. Low and away, and the count 2-2.
Well, this is the pitch you want to get him on right here. His fastball has had some pretty good movement on it.
Smoke handles it, tosses it over to Schultz, and Kemp moves down to third, and there's one down. So one away. Alex Dickerson is the batter here in the top of the 9th inning. Blue Jays lead it 4-0. Kemp at third base. Dickerson last time up started the 7th inning with a double. He was stranded there as Sanchez came back to get Schimpf along with Ramirez and Wallace. He swings at the first pitch and fouls this one back. Sanchez worked 7, Grilli 1. Blue Jays added a run in the bottom of the 8th inning, and so Bo Schultz is working. And this one deep to right field and gone. Upper deck.
5th deck. That doesn't happen very often here. Dickerson showing off that power.
And they've now hit a home run in 23 consecutive games And it's 4-2.
And that'll bring John Gibbons to the mound. It is now a save opportunity. Wow, that is a bomb by Alex Dickerson.
He just drilled it to deep right field, into the upper deck. So Schultz is done and Osuna comes in. It's 4-2. Blue Jays with a 2-run lead. Hit a home run in the 8th inning yesterday in Washington here in the top of the 9th.
A little slider down and in, and that's where the lefties like it. This thing goes a long, long way. I haven't seen one of these fifth deck homers in a while. It's 2 rows deep, bounces down to the first row, and a guy who hit a lot of them like that, Mark McGwire, knows all about those fifth deck home runs, likes it.
It's a majestic blast.
You mentioned the home runs, 23 in a row, 23 straight games they have hit a home run in. That's the most in the National League since the 2006 Braves homered at 23 straight games. Roberto Osuna now trying to wrap this one up. He's 20 for 22 in saves this season.
Schimpf fouls that one off yesterday. Down 2. Dickerson and Schimpf hit back-to-back home runs to tie the game against the Nationals. That was in the 8th. And then they put up 4 in the top of the 9th inning to beat Washington 10-6. Roberto deals a fastball strike at 96.
That's what makes him so special. He's got the big fastball, but he's got pinpoint control with it. He'll also mix in a slider and a changeup.
The 1-2. And
threw the changeup there. Look at the variance of speed. That was 82 miles an hour, and the previous pitch was 96. You want to mess with somebody's hitting. Timing right there.
That would do it.
That's how you do it.
The 2-2 in the air by the Padres dugout. Here's Russell Martin settling underneath it. 2 down. Two away here in the top of the 9th. Blue Jays lead at 4-2. Alexi Ramirez hitless tonight. Tries to keep the inning alive for the Padres. Fastball. Strike 1. Detroit through 7. They lead Boston 3-1. Baltimore and Colorado are tied at 2 in the bottom of the 8th. Blue Jays lead here 4-2. Osuna going for save number 21. Ramirez high in the air, left center field. Carrera, defensive replacement underneath it, and he'll handle it. Blue Jays take it 4-2, game one of a 3-game set against San Diego.
You know, that home run there in the 9th inning broke a streak of 18 consecutive shutout innings by the Blue Jays pitchers. You mentioned the shutout yesterday. They got into the 9th inning, shutout baseball. Aaron Sanchez will pick up the win tonight. That's 10 in a row for him. Jose Bautista successful, coming off the disabled list as the Blue Jays take the first game in this 3-game series, 4-2.
They're now 56 and 44. It is time for Sportsnet Central with Ken Reed and Jackie Redmond. Blue Jays win it